right, so let's go ahead and adjust our camera, make sure that we're looking kind of dapper there. And we are on. So, happy July, guys. The summer sizzle continues. And this is the first of the month, brand new month. And guys, I'm so super excited. This is Sean White here, and we're going to be doing the Interview Excellence series. And this is going to be pretty cool, guys, because my special guest, Ms Charli Donoghue, I'm so excited because of the fact that she volunteered as far as to be interviewed. And if you guys have followed me, for the time frame in which that you have, you know that I love to give other other entrepreneurs the opportunity to really spotlight and show their greatness. And tonight's show is going to be no exception as well. She's an entrepreneur. She's a woman of many different talents. And also, she's a part of an entertainment firm or organization, which I'm a part of, and which is really, guys, literally, I see the direction and the speed of this, and it is absolutely amazing. And if you haven't heard about it now, trust me, you're going to hear about it tonight. In addition, you're going to see a whole lot more, and pretty soon it's going to be a household name faster than what you actually think. So as you're coming on board, do me a favor, if you will, as far as if you're catching this on the live, put in hashtag live. Let me know exactly where you're tuning in from. Don't be strange. If you guys know me, I love to interact with everyone. And also on the replay, go ahead and do the same thing. So we have here the amazing Ms Joanna. I love you. Hailing all the way from California, yeah. We have here Ms Charli Donoghue, aka Miss Southern Gal, holding it down, doing amazing stuff. Welcome, welcome. And we have here our future guest, Ms Charli Donoghue. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and without further ado, let me go ahead and bring her onto the stage because this is going to be pretty. So, and Facebook, of course, going to do its algorithm, and of course, with the connection. So, we're in the process of adding on Miss Charli, and she should be coming on board as of now. And saying adding. But while that's happening too, let me say hello to a few more folks here. We have here Miss Loretta Ward. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we have here Miss Sierra Davis. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, Miss Charli, I'm waiting on you. It seems like as far as from your connection. Guys, just give it a few seconds here. And she should be coming on and saying adding. Oh, sound is too low? Okay, give me 1 second here. I thought I had it louder. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize for that. I thought I had it turned up. Give me a second here. Really? It's still low? You can't hear? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Still too low? Wow, that's weird. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you now.
All right. So I want to make sure. Let's see here. Sierra says the sound is very low, and Miss Charlene said the sound is very low. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why, because my volume was turned up to the max. So I don't know why. That is very interesting. Charli, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, your volume is back up. It was down a minute ago, but once I came in, it came back up. So I don't know.
Okay. So Joanna says here better, and Miss Southern Gal says the sound is good, and Sarah says yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this party started here. So, Miss Charli, and by the way, guys, can we give it up for Miss Charli here? I mean, she's just looking amazing here. I mean, just look at that. I mean, just wonderful, 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 wonderful. I love it. So, Miss Charli, let's go ahead and get into it because I know you're a very busy woman. So, if you can just let the viewing audience know just a little bit about yourself and as far as your background, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Okay, well, ever since I was a little girl, I was born in Germany, but ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be in business, any kind of business. I never wanted to go to school. I wanted to work. I wanted to make money. I I don't know. I mean, I do all kind of jobs just to, to get my first car and everything else. But I've done all kind of businesses. I've worked for other people. I've exchanged time for money. I've had a brick and mortar business and spent all the money on keeping that one place, and you have to sit in that one place all day long, and that kills me because I like to be moving and being on the road and doing stuff, and I don't want to have a business where it ties you down and it costs so much money. My office is right behind me. I just built this expansion. A thought of this came out of my head. I moved to a ranch last year, moved out of the city, moved out to the country, and I'm selling the place in the city. And I didn't have the money to build this expansion, but I just envisioned it, and I went physically and spray painted on the ground where the living room was going to be, where the office was going to be, the bedroom, and all that stuff. And then it happened. Things happened into fruition. But getting back to being in business, I've done all kind of businesses. I've been in interior design, antique dealer. As you can see, different antiques. I grew up with my parents being entrepreneurs and antique dealers. And I've, like I said, I work for other people, but I also had my own art gallery. And then 2019 came along, and my father's like, the world is going to end in 2000, all the computers, and what are you going to do then? Like, you need to get out of that lease and all this stuff. So I listened to him. I shouldn't have listened to him, but that's okay, because it brought me to here. Everything I've done in my past has gotten me to where I am today. And I'm a little hoarse today because I've been mowing for the last 3 days. We've been having, thank the Lord, all this rain, and now it's in my throat. All the
Right.
when you mow and all this crap comes in your face and all that stuff. So getting over the crud kind of thing, anyway, that's part of being out here. But what happened was that I worked out of my house, and then I did network marketing. And then I also started working for a flooring business, and it was for sale. So the bookkeeper was so mad at one of the people working there. I said, well, if you don't like him so much, why don't you buy this place with me, and then we can get rid of him. And so that was one way I went into with a partner, collaboration, and bought the business, the flooring business. So I was in the flooring business for about 6 years. Then I saw about spray foam, and I'm always a creative, visionary entrepreneur, always thinking of new things, thinking outside the box. I was selling water filters 20 years ago, before water filters were popular. I'm always ahead of my time. So I thought of Batgirl before Batgirl came along, but somebody else thought of it too. So then I started thinking about spray foaming instead of using all that other type of insulation in houses, especially down here in the South. We have hurricanes. So if you spray foam with closed cell foam, not the other kind that's like a sponge, if you spray foam a house with that, it's like super glues it and nothing will happen to it. So now, of course, now they're all doing that. But 15 years ago, I started a business with my husband at the time, and he caught on and figured out that was a good thing to do. So we were doing that for a while. And then 2008 hit. That was like kind of the crash and stuff. And I also sold my part of the business. I exited. So, a lot of people today, like Sharon Lecter and Brandon Dawson and Grant Cardone, they're all talking about exiting. How are you going to exit your business? You're always talking about being in business, but how are you going to exit your business? So I exited. And it took a while to get my money that I wanted out of the business, get away from politics with women. That was something that I was not good at. And so I exited that business, went into buying houses, fixing them up and flipping. And then my other business was the spray foam business with my husband. So I've been just like constantly changing, evolving, pivoting, because you got to keep doing that in this evolving world. It's not
Exactly.
like in the past where you have one business for 30, 40, 50 years. And,
Correct.
you know, then that's because they get passe, things change. Now in the
Correct.
digital age, we're scrambling to keep up with everything, right?
Correct.
Always
Correct.
wanted to be a movie star, and I didn't. I was in acting classes. That's one of my A's I got in college, was acting and photography. But, you know, I love photography out here, and the acting I just put on the side. Had one son. Bottom line, what did I do? So last year I decided I had a big old house in Victoria. I was going to sell it, move out here. I love animals. I have a cattle ranch, like cattle business. I've got llamas, horses,
Wow.
dogs, cats, chickens. We didn't know what was going to happen. Well, I moved out here before COVID hit. And also, that was just my exit plan for that life. So
Correct.
this is a new chapter in my life. And I, like when it was freezing this year, I had my fur coat on the tractor, and I was putting hay out for the cows and stuff. And so, you know, while I've been out here the last few years and doing stuff like that, it hit me when I was here by myself. In my mind, I was thinking, because I always watched when I was little, Green Acres with Zsa Zsa Gabor and Eddie Arnold, and all the things, different funny things have been happening. I'm out here by myself with animals, and all this different stuff is happening. I'm like, man, I wish I had a film crew here that would be filming this stuff, because how can you make this stuff up that happens? Like going around and getting, running after the cows and getting your hay pile that's expensive, and stepping in some poop and slipping and falling down and all kind of stuff like that. Or, you know, they're laughing at me when I'm on the tractor with the fur coat on, with the hoodie, because I have it. I might as well use it, right?
Right.
So this is how it's evolved to this. And it was just in my mind. Everything that comes about for me starts in my mind, creating things. That's what I was telling you earlier, is you've got to look outside the box. Everybody's always told me, stay in your box, mind your own business, do your own, you know, things. But I'm always looking at outside the box. What's different? What's new? And I see some of these shows that they have, and I'm like going, well, how did they get on there? How did they do this? Well, I met Grant Cardone, and he was my mentor, and Elena Cardone last year. And they have changed my life with their advice. And I met Michelle Mupo because she's 10X. It's 10Xing your life, 10Xing your business. Basically what that means is going way beyond 10 times what you thought you could do. If you make $1,000 a month, think about making $10,000 a month. Why do you think it's so small? Think bigger, be bigger, do bigger things. And so what happened is with that, I, you know, reached out to Michelle. It was about something else. And then I kind of mentioned to her my idea about Charlie's Green Acres, about, you know, because you know, everybody says I kind of fit the part for Zsa Zsa Gabor, and Ava Gabor was a sister, and she was the one on Green Acres, but they both looked very similar. But anyway, you know, the eyelashes and the hair and all this, darling, and they talk with this accent. My mother she's 91, from Germany. Charlie, what are you doing? You know, and so they all have that accent. What are we going to do? How do you do? Puts that up there. So, you know, there was this kind of funny idea. You can make it a comedy. You can act like it's silly. And you can also show people, I was raised a prepper, how to live out and grow your own vegetables, have your own chickens, you know, harvest your eggs, do basic things that people in the city don't even know what to do. And it might come to that where if you have food shortage or something, you need to fend for yourself and prepare for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I do, Charlie.
The one that's pushing me to do this. And I'm like, I don't have time, Michelle, but she's like, this is great. We need to do it. Put it down. Like, if you put stuff down, leave her alone, Dixie. If you put stuff down and you write it on paper, it will happen. And if you visualize it, and if you start taking the steps, and like you were saying with our Mupo Entertainment, This thing
Right.
is like
That's what I was going to get into.
this a
Right.
visionary idea, and it's like, okay, put your stuff down and turn it in because we're selling this and we're hitting the road with it, you know?
On that note, Charlie, and I'm glad you said that because I wanted to transition to that. So if you can tell the audience as far as what exactly is Mupo Entertainment, what is the whole buzz about Mupo Entertainment? Because you mentioned about a couple of minutes ago on how you and Michelle met, right? But I think that the audience
Right.
want to know what is this movement that is generating buzz? What is Mupo Entertainment about? You know, in your
Okay.
words.
In my words, what I'm gathering, because I've been in and out of the Zoom calls and the entertainment and finding out what they're doing. And I'm new to all this, on how all this works, but I'm learning. And Michelle is like the fairy godmother for everybody, because Michelle Mupo has been in the business for years, knows all these big name people, has
Right.
people working with her now that have been worked on the Oprah Winfrey Show and done the Oprah Winfrey Show and all these other big names, and they are working with her to get this whole project going. We have our own television show that we're going to be having, like in the next year. You're going to be seeing, like, I guess it's going to be like ABC or CBS or something, named Mupo Entertainment, and it's going to turn into, like you said, a household name. And so this is something that when she was explaining it, and you have people that come on talking, and she's interviewing these people that are making big movies, like it was the guy from the Karate, not from the Karate Kid, it was his father was on the Karate Kid, but what is that new one
Cobra
that she
Kai.
just had, the guy?
Cobra
Huh?
Kai.
Cobra
Cobra Kai.
Kai. Cobra Kai. Yes. And so that kind of thing, he's all, she's interviewing people like that, and they want to be involved with all types of stuff too. So it's like my dreams I see in the future are going to be coming true, because things that always have been in my head, I'd love to do that. It's like building this place last year. It all happened in 4 months. Our funding came through, house came through in 4 months, building. Everybody's like, how'd you build it in 4 months? You push every day, you go every day. And that's what Michelle does with her business. She is out there. She is pitching for people. She's calling 300 calls a day. She is working for, like, if you have a show or you have something that you want to do, and she feels that's a fit and everything, and she's willing to also take her time to train you. Like she was telling to our group last night, that she said, or 2 nights ago, that time flies, man.
Yeah, it does. Tell me about
She
it.
was saying how I'm going to take an extra time to train everybody. Like, if you don't know how you're supposed to be doing all the technical stuff, or if you don't have the money right now, I don't have the money for a film crew. I don't have all that. I'm working on making the money to do that and get it going. And one thing leads to another. It seems like when you open the door and you say, I really want to do this, this is in my heart, let's do this, then it's like the universe puts everything in front of you, and you're like, wait, whoa, where are we going? But you
Right.
still are going down that route. It's like, to me, going down the rapids, and so I'm just holding on, because I'm waiting for the next thing. Like, I need to turn in my paperwork today. I need to type in the name of this show. It's going to be Charlie's Green Acres. And then, what is the deal? And blah, blah, blah. So she says, we're going to put all this on our page, and we're going to these top people. And then she starts talking about, well, there'll be people that are funding it. So who do I feed on? What do I feed on my animals? Purina. And I said, well, shoot, maybe I can call Purina and get them to fund my show, because
So
I'm
what?
using their freaking stuff all the time.
So what
So
you're saying?
anyway, you go.
Yeah. I apologize. I just wanted to clarify for my audience, just to make sure that we understood you correct. So in other words, so what you're saying, Charlie, is that this is an entertainment firm for someone that's like you, that's like us, that have a vision, right? They have a story, they have a message, they have something and they really want to take it to the next level, but they're just looking to be a part of an organization that is moving in the right direction and that they're professional and they're also about their business. Is that correct, or did I misunderstand you, Ms. Charli?
No, no, exactly, exactly. And they're like, where I am like, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. They're like, don't worry, we're going to help you. Let's go. And so I've heard so many people on Clubhouse and stuff that they're trying to get this thing done and this thing done, and they don't know about Michelle. And it just hit me. I need to tell them about Michelle because, and it's also, it's not expensive to be a member of her club, of her group, of her syndication, you
So,
know?
okay, can
And
you?
so if anybody has wanted to do something like this and has had dreams and ideas and stuff like that, this is something where the first step is to join this organization because it's amazing. And the group of people are just like a family. La familia, that's what Mupo familia is what she puts in there. You know, she's the mother hen.
So, oh, exactly. So you mentioned too, Miss Charlie, a few moments ago that you said that it's very inexpensive. So for people that may not have an idea as far as with media and TV on what the cost is, can you do like a cost comparison on normally it would be versus what the promotion is now, I guess, as far as to get in? Like, in other words, Charlie, like, okay, if I'm on the outside looking at it, right? And I'm watching this for the first time, and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing everything in which that you're saying, but you know, people, Charlie, they're all about, well, what's in it for me? That sounds good, but what's in it for me? Can you explain to the audience on that?
Okay, well,
What's the benefit
this
for them?
I I'm not, like I had told her before, I don't have time to do this. This is just a distant idea I had and this and that. And what is involved with when you are a member of Mupo Entertainment, you're becoming something part of bigger than yourself, number one. But number two, you're also getting the weekly trainings and the Zoom calls and guidance from what you want to do to, and I'm not guaranteeing that you, hey guys, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to get, I'm not Michelle, but that you're going to get your show on the whole deal. But there's a very good possibility. I'm not promising you anything, but if you want to be in the entertainment industry and you've always wanted to do this, she told me, I'm not familiar with all this stuff, as I said, but she told me that usually if you were part of a syndication like ABC or CBS or any television show, it would be thousands of dollars. And what their special is right now is $2.99. Now they said the other night when this was over, is it
Whoa, Miss Charlie, I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? You said it's how much?
$299
You gotta
for the
be
year?
kidding me.
No.
Wow.
And that's, I went and I said, well, even if I don't do anything this year, look at all the training and the knowledge and the group I'm in to be a part of a country club or anything else, which I'm not a part of country club right now, but I know that like other people that pay thousands, $5,000 to be part of a country club, just to be seen with the big shots, right? Well, to be with the big shots in the entertainment industry, all the ones that Michelle knows and the people that she's working with for $2.99, but I don't know if it's in the next week, 2 weeks, it's something like that. And I would love to get my voice back, but it, but
You're doing fine, Miss Charlie. You're doing fine.
I'll tell you, I'm going to have a hot toddy later and that'll make me so much better. But anyway, the thing is that just that amount opens up your whole world for you, you know. And if you do it now, you are going to just be, I mean, she teaches you even how to do cold calls or different things like that to promote your, to be pushing your products and things like that, which she's amazing at too. And she's a longtime Grant Cardone. She's not a licensee, but she might as well be because she's been with him for 10 years and has learned all of his training too, you know, Undercover Billionaire. So they've been together for 10 years. But the bottom line is that it's going up to, I don't know, do you remember what they said the other night? Is it going up to 700 or something?
It's going up significantly. So in other words, guys, what
I
Ms.
don't know if
Charlie
they said any exact amount, but this was an introductory one-time offer, and I don't think it's in a couple of weeks, or maybe, I don't know. We got to find out for that information. I don't want to say
here,
some exact date and be
what
wrong.
well
I'll
here,
try to tell the truth.
well here's what I recommend for anyone. If anyone is interested and would like to know more information, would like to go ahead and move forward. My highest recommendation is as far as to get in contact with myself or with Ms. Charlie. If you check as far as in the comment section, guys, all the pertinent information is there. You can go to www.mupoentertainment.com. That's
Yeah.
www.mupoentertainment.com. It is $299 for the year, just like what Ms. Charlie expressed, but it will be going up significantly. So one thing I
Yeah.
can tell you, and which I've been learning as far as being an entrepreneur, is that success loves speed. I can tell you that, and I'm a witness. If you've been following me for quite some time, you know this, right? So if you procrastinate and you say, let me think about it, and you come up with a million and one different things, what's going to happen when you are ready to get started? You're going to find out that that particular rate is not there, and you're going to be like, oh man, I missed it. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. If you have a story, if you have a voice, if you have a message, if you have something that you believe can be of value, ladies and gentlemen, and you are really looking as far as to separate yourself from your, I don't want to say competitors, but from your peers, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, right? Think about it this way from an
Exactly.
entrepreneur standpoint. Yeah. And Ms. Sorry, let me just hit this last point and then I'll bring it back to you. And then, we're going to have to go ahead and wrap it up. I want you to think about something, guys. Since that we're in the information age, if you really notice, what is the number one thing that really has others stand out from the rest? It's all about attention. This is the attraction. This is a form of attraction marketing. You get an opportunity when you're part of this organization. I want you to think about it. You have your own TV slot or TV show or TV series or whatever have you. Do you know by you having that attached to your resume on how huge that is? Do you know how much more of an audience that you can reach? Think about that. You put that on your resume, on your profile, and when people see that, they're gonna be blown away. That's gonna be an eye. That's gonna be an eye grabber, guys. And they're gonna want to find out, well, how did you do it? And guess what? That's gonna put you in a higher authority. And which again,
Yep.
that's what it's all about. So use the technology and use these opportunities to your advantage. I just want you to think about that. So I'm gonna bring it back to you, Charlie, and then from there we're gonna have to go ahead and wrap it up pretty soon.
Okay. Well, all I can tell you is I'm loving life out here. Don't always look like this, but I wanted to dress up for you guys tonight, meet some new people, and tell you, just share what has happened to me in the last few months, especially, I guess, in the last year. I have all these dogs. They're my children's dogs. They're going away for 4th of July. My dogs, and they've been very good for this last time. So I guess they know when mama's on the phone to leave her alone. So anyway, it's been great talking to you, and this is actually my first interview. So I was kind of
Cool.
worried about it, but I'm really excited. It turned out great, I think.
Before you go, Miss Charlie, how can others get a hold of you? How can they connect with you?
Well, I'm on uh, I'm on Facebook as Charli Donoghue. It's with an I, not an E. Charli, Charli Donoghue. Then I'm on Instagram with the same Charli Donoghue. And then I sell Monate. So I have Charli's Monations. It's with Charli's without an E. Monations is my website.com. So that's pretty much how you can get a hold of me. I'd love to messenger me. Um, Tell me you saw me on this, and if I can help you with anything, I'm here because I'm also, a life coach as far as helping people to 10x their business, 10x their life, and really get things going for themselves. Like I said, to really think bigger and have bigger ideas and say, and give yourself a chance to think and know that you as a spiritual being can do whatever you want.
Absolutely, absolutely. On that note, I want to go ahead and thank my guest, Ms Charli Donoghue. You did an amazing job to be your first interview, and I definitely appreciate it. I know your time is very limited, so thank you once again. And guys, on that note, that's pretty much it. So if you're interested, by all means, you can take a look as far as for the information in the comment section. If not, you know how else to reach me, guys, and just a phone call or just a message away. So on behalf of myself and also my fabulous guest here, Ms Charli Donoghue, but before I go, can she get some love as far as on her attire? I mean, she's just looking fabulous, guys. Can I get some hearts? Can you get a comment or something? I mean, like, it's just absolutely amazing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. No
Thank
hearts?
you. They've
There,
been commenting the whole time, so they've been
oh,
sending love the whole time.
there we go. We got a few hearts. Awesome. So on that note, guys, I'm gonna end this Facebook Live the way I do all my others. And if what we stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, and may God be the glory, and we take no credit for absolutely none of it. Until then, you guys are all amazing. Enjoy your 4th of July holiday weekend. And by His grace and mercy, look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.